Hey yo, what the fuck is up everybody? Back at it again with these late night commentaries, back in front of this camera and back in front of this computer. It is currently 12:40 in the morning. I'm tired. I have to wake up at 7 in the morning to go to work, so I'm kind of not excited for that, but I'm pumped for it at the same time, if that makes sense. We did legs today. Yeah, motherfucker, we did legs again. We're gonna try to hit legs 2 times a week. We're trying to grow them, and I have a plan kind of set up that's not completely finished, but I will finish it soon and I'll explain it to you guys. Start off the bat, go into the studio, did 3 different exercises to warm up. The kettlebell, as you can see me doing right now, and then in between that, do burpees, 5 of those, and then 15 to 20 jumping jacks. Just depends on how slow the person before that is. You just have to keep on doing it. 15 to 20 is about the range that we did. For the kettlebell, we did, I think it was like 10 or 12, give or take. This 3 station exercise is really good, and it's great when you go with other people because you can motivate yourself. If one person goes faster, then that makes you and forces you to go faster, so you don't fall behind and you know that other people or others fall behind. As you can tell there, he wasn't doing it, so then you have to encourage them to do it. Then it comes to a point where it might get a little frustrating if you're trying to go faster than other people, but like I said, you just keep on encouraging each other and you will do a great job warming up. And then it was 3 rounds of that, so each station was 3 rounds of that. In between each round, take like 30 seconds to a minute rest. The whole point is to warm up, to keep your body activate, or warm up, keep it activated, get the blood flow going, so you don't want to take that many rests. So when you actually go do working sets and you do your actual workout, you're nice, ready, hot, ready to go. And then instead of doing squats this time, we actually did not do squats, we did leg press on the obviously leg press machine. And what I decided to do is, you're only going to see my friend doing it one time, but what I decided to do was 5 to 6 on the outside on like a wider stance, and then go down and then right back up, and then close with a closed stance, and then doing another 5 to 6 repetitions on that. So technically 10 to 12 repetitions. And this was just the start of our whole routine. So we started off with it was a plate, and then we did 2 plates, and then we actually did 3, and then we ended up doing 4 plates at one point, which my friend who barely started working out did try, and props to him because he's actually putting in a lot of work. Then this is like a stiff leg deadlift, but the focus on this is to actually push your butt and your glutes and your pelvis like backwards, and just let the weight drop, obviously keeping a neutral back, chest up, shoulders a little bit outward, squeeze them in the back, just let it drop, and then you'll feel the pull on your glutes and then on your hamstrings, and even sometimes you'll feel it on your calves. And as you can tell there, he was zooming into my butt. I do not know why. Obviously I was not the one recording, it wasn't even my friend Lewis, it was my other friend Honest. So his recording skills are not the best, but something's better than nothing, right? And he was talking about my legs and whatnot, how weak my legs are, but you know what, no big deal. I want to grow them, so that's, I guess, his point of view on how my legs are. And then we did leg extension, 1 leg, 5 repetitions on each leg. We did that 4 sets. And then we did that superset with a hamstring curl, and we did the same thing, 5 repetitions on each leg. You can see my friend Honest there, 5 repetitions on each leg. Do the left one and then go switch it off to the right one. And then after that, I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, we actually did front squats. And front squats are really good, but it's kind of hard to get the form right because they are a little bit tricky. What I like to do is I put my hands a little bit wider than shoulder width, and then I just come in and then just lift my elbows out, and then make sure your shoulders come out as well. And have a decently good grip, a wide grip, not too wide, and then just come right back down. Just make sure you keep a neutral back and control the exercise go as deep as you can. This is actually a little bit easier to go deep, but it is a little hard to maintain. Sometimes you get a little, I get a little ache in my wrist. That is because I'm not as flexible. All you have to do is just kind of stretch out your wrist every once in a while so you become more flexible, and this is easier. And if you cannot do it that way, you can do crisscross applesauce on your shoulders. And then after that, we actually did deadlifts. I did decide to do a little sumo deadlift, so it's a little wider of a stance. Make sure your back is neutral for everything, every exercise that you do, or every exercise that I talk about or I do. Always make sure, I'll always remind you, but make sure you have a neutral back, just because you don't want to just like kind of arch your back and be like all rounded, have a rounded back, because it is not safe. Someone like, it's okay to have a slight bend, obviously not like something crazy where it literally looks like you're gonna kill it and you're gonna snap your back in half. Obviously then don't do that. And then last but not least, we actually did another calf exercise, and yes guys, we're trying to grow our calves, so we're gonna fucking do calves as much as possible, because like I've said before, calves are actually one of the hardest body part muscle that is hard to grow and get girth and definition on it. And that concludes the workout for the legs. It was something that was a little bit shorter. It wasn't shorter in time, it was just shorter explaining it to you guys, because it did take us just as long because we were doing single legs on everything, and it does take more time than usual. But as always, just remember that you have to do it slowly and controlled, and make sure you squeeze the muscle. So then when you squeeze the muscle, you're gonna have more activation on it, and when you have more activation, you're gonna get more tear in that muscle fiber, and then you're just gonna fucking grow. That's plain and simple what happens if you keep it controlled, doing it right, you will get results. That being said, always make sure you are consistent. Like if I want to grow a certain body part, obviously don't overwork it, but work it as much as possible with different angles. Angles. And what I mean by that is try different things. Don't just do the same exercise every time you go to the gym, because obviously your body's it's muscle memory, so it's gonna remember what you do, so it's gonna be prepared for what you have coming next. Obviously don't change it every single time, like change it like every other week, you know? Do it every 1 week, do this, the next week do that. 1 week do this, the next week do that, so on and so forth. But remember, consistency is major key. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're already ahead of people who are not at the gym. And as always, share the knowledge with your family and friends. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to this channel for more information. Email me if you have any questions, concerns, or actually just comment it down below. It's a lot easier for me to look at the comments. But as always, make your muscles cry. Have a good rest of your weekend, or a good weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
It's all about the flick of the wrist. Look at that flick of that wrist. Wait, give me one more chance.